How are ya? It is Tuesday. It is gorgeous. And it is time for Coffee Talk. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. How are ya? Hope you're having a great start to the day. At least weather-wise, it has been fantastic. I'm in the office today, once again, which means I have to use my lower, more reading your kids' story time for bed voice than my just normal voice. But as long as you bear with me, I'll bear with you. Welcome to Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week to chat about what's going on in the world of weather. And if you miss us, I'm happy to say we are now a podcast. You can listen to us on Apple Music, on Spotify, and on the iHeart Radio app. All right, top two things we're monitoring: rising those rain chances. We'll take you neighborhood by neighborhood to see what's doing over the next couple of days, plus event forecasts. And you know, I was a marching knight for 4 years. My wife was a marching knight, so had to throw them in there, give them some love, even though we've got new uniforms this year. UCF playing at home this week. We've got Biketoberfest. There's a lot going on. And of course, we have you covered. Those are the top two things, plus, of course, the tropics. But, we're going to be talking tropics this time of year. Let's look outside, though, first and just see what's doing out there. At this hour, there's downtown Orlando. It is looking beautiful outside. A few high, thin clouds. Otherwise, a gorgeous start to the day. No rain today. Really not even much in the way of fog. So I approve this message for sure. Temperatures across central Florida. Certainly we're cycling through that on the bottom of the screen, but you can see 60s and 70s around town. It's a little muggier than it was yesterday. Our first warning live Doppler radar, look at that sweep, is nice and quiet. I do want to take you, though, down to Indian River County, where we have been watching some showers on our live radar around State Road 60 or just north of there. So a little bit of rain, not too bad. Here's a look at our 12-hour forecast showing temperatures into the lower 80s by 11 o'clock. Mid-80s on the backside of lunch, 88 degrees. Our high temperature. Nikki, Murray, good morning to y'all. Hope you're doing well. Kendra, good morning, good morning. John, good morning to you, sir. Willie, good morning to you from Royal, Florida. Where's Royal? I've heard of Royal Palm Beach. I've been to Royal Palm Beach. Mario the Baker's delicious. Pam, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Kenneth, good morning. Susie, still foggy here in Ocala. We didn't see much fog this morning. I saw some, but didn't see a bunch. Let's take a look at the latest visibility numbers. All right, here's a look at the wide shot. Visibility is down to about 1.5 miles, so it's a little foggy, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday. So at least there's that. At least you got that going for you. Rocky out there on YouTube, good morning to you. Rosebud, how are ya? Hope you're having a good one. Cindy, good morning, good morning. Rita, how are ya? Good morning to you. Dominique, glad to see you here. Thanks for hanging out. All right, so a little bit of fog this morning. Otherwise, we're doing well. Let's talk about the rain chances across Central Florida today, right? Yeah, let's do that. Here's Futurecast. This morning, we're doing just fine. Let me put it full screen for you. Lunchtime, still good. Notice into the early afternoon, though, we are going to start to see a couple of showers over here in Brevard County. That moves inland. A few of those showers kind of trying to impact us into the metro area. That continues through about 6:30, 7 o'clock. And then little by little by little, we'll start to see, the clearing once again. So in terms of temperatures today, yes, we are going to be above average, 88 degrees in Orlando. Notice our western areas even around 87, 88. So it's going to be a warmer than average day. Average is 86. Around the beaches, low to mid 80s. Not too bad at all. But yes, we certainly are watching that humidity climb. Here's a good way to look at things. All right, here's our muggy meter. First off, the last couple of days, we were pleasant and comfy. But that has come to an end. We are now back into the humid category. Thankfully, I don't think we're going to go steamy. Here's a look at the muggy meter the next couple of days. We stay humid, and then by Friday, things change. So what's going on? Why is there that change in the forecast? Let me show it to you, okay? First off, a few showers in the forecast today, not too bad, but those showers added into the moisture. We're going to see the same idea for tomorrow, though the showers become much more widespread. I think we're going to get into widespread showers and even thunder showers. And then looking ahead to Thursday, we're actually rather stormy, but Thursday into Friday, a cold front sneaks through and we actually watch things clear out and cool down. It's not like massive cool. We're not talking about high temperatures in the 70s or even in the 60s, but from the upper 80s to the lower 80s for daytime highs, at least there's a little bit of a change. Morning lows are noticeably different as well. So we do have kind of this transitional period. So let's talk about things, okay? First off, UCF. Let's get to that night's forecast. Temple coming to town. Tailgating, I am concerned about showers. I think pushing into game time more and more, things should be good. Now, I will tell you, I'm planning to go. My kids loved it. I'm planning to get there. If it's pouring, I may not be going. With the little kids, you know, we may have to make a game time decision in that. But yeah, I plan on going, and I'm scoping out where I want my season tickets for next year. We haven't had season tickets since becoming parents, but they have fallen in love, and so we're going to grab season tickets next year. So I'm kind of like getting single game tickets around the stadium to see where I want to end up next year. But at any rate, cloudy skies. It's still going to be muggy-ish, but little by little things should be clearing out, so that's good. So that's Thursday. Friday, okay? Friday, high school football. What a difference, right? First off, no rain in the forecast. Second off, ironically, I'm going to this game, Oviedo and Lake Howell. That's fun. Yeah, it is. It is alumni night for the band. I was in the band over at Lake Howell, so yeah. The kids have never been to a high school football game, so as I'm sitting here thinking about it, it's going to be pretty funny to have 2 football games in 2 different nights. But anyway, so yeah, so I'll be performing with the Lake Howell Silver Regiment. I'll have to see if I can get Christina Watkins to go to this one, because Christina went to Oviedo. That would be a lot of fun to get Christina and I together for a picture at our high school game, and then we can make it a tradition where Christina and I go to the Lake Howell Oviedo game every year. Anyway, forecast for Friday night football. Whatever game you're going to looks infinitely better than where we were on Thursday night. Yeah, because of that front. If you're coming to town to try and enjoy Biketoberfest, Thursday certainly does look to be a little iffy, but things get better and better and better for us looking ahead to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yeah, we've got some great weather ahead, but you know, these next couple of days just have those rising rain chances. This weekend though, for whatever plans you have, look at that, mid-80s for daytime highs. Both Saturday and Sunday get the green check mark, so I'll take that. Yeah, I will take that for sure. Shauna says, my nephew is a trainer for Temple football. Let's go now. That's got to be kind of fun, right, Shauna? I like that. Let's go Knights. I'm all for it. Are there any rockets going up this week? I have not seen any rockets coming up, although I will say there is a Falcon Heavy launch coming up. There's a Falcon Heavy launch coming up in a couple of weeks. They have been turning 39A over to Falcon Heavy configuration, so that's going to be a lot of fun. 3 first stage boosters. I'm going to do everything I can to cover it. Yeah, but at any rate, I haven't seen, I'm sure that there will be, but I haven't seen any rocket forecasts coming out from 45th. Yeah. What instrument did I play? I was a baritone player, so I will be with baritone this week. That's always fun. He ain't heavy, he's my rocket. That's funny. Hope we don't get much rain, Arnett's saying. Yeah, we definitely don't need it. So on that note, let's just talk about the flooding situation very briefly. A lot of the river gauges across Central Florida are still into major flood stage. Take a look around town. And in particular, it's the St. John's. Now, the St. John's at Lake Washington and near Cocoa, moderate flood stage, which is still a problem, right? But at least we have already crested there. Seminole County, the levels, little by little, have begun to fall. So that's good, right? We're still in major flood stage, still historic levels, but at least those levels are beginning to fall. Now, up here into Volusia, those are cresting tomorrow. Then they're going to start to fall. And the problem is, because the St. John's flows northbound and because we're adding more rain in, it's going to be a very, very, very slow drop in the river. It's going to take a while. You know it already if you're flooded. But We'll get there, little by little by little. Okay, all right. Let's talk tropics, shall we? Happy to say there's not much going on across the tropical Atlantic. Here's a look at the wide perspective. The intertropical convergence zone is fairly quiet. There is one area here in the Gulf of Mexico that we're watching. It has a medium 60% chance, okay, of developing over the next 2 days' time. There is some model support for this. Let me show it to you. This is the raw GFS model, and if you're in listening mode, I'll do my best to be as descriptive as possible. All right, you can kind of see here, bottom left corner, right where it says Leesburg, in the Bay of Campeche, a little development. That's literally later today. Some development possible. You can see it kind of doing its thing, hanging out, and then eventually working over toward like Mexico/Texas, Corpus Christi, Brownsville area. That would be Monday. So it's, at least the most recent version of the GFS kind of sits it over the Gulf, but there's a lot of wind shear, so it doesn't have much of an opportunity to develop. All right, elsewhere, there's a front coming through, a little bit of moisture pulling away. That would be the 21st. Notice a little piece of energy kind of developing around Florida around the 21st of October. And then pulling away the 22nd of October. We saw this on our BSR, so that makes sense. Nothing too terribly organized. And then that's kind of it. Big storm system working into the deep south around the 26th, 27th of October. That's another front. And the BSR did show some potential development the first week of November in the Gulf of Mexico. So these are all things that we're going to have to watch. But I would say overall, at least for now, things are not looking to be too active, which certainly I am a fan of. The next name on the list is Carl, if that thing in the Gulf/the Bay of Campeche does develop, but let it be, right? Let it be, let it be, let it be. All right, so any questions about the tropics? I'll go to the 7-day forecast while we're chatting. Anne-Marie, what happened to Julia? Did it hit Central America? It did. It hit Central America, crossed over to the Pacific Basin, and was a Pacific system. And that little area in the southern Gulf, in that Yucatan Peninsula, Bay of Campeche area, that's actually kind of an offshoot of Julia.
It does, but I think it's pretty clear to last night.
Brian, you were a Barry sax player? Oh, very cool. Freya, got to get moving, literally. Going to get my moving truck at 9 a.m. Y'all take care of you as well, Freya. Have a good one. Army, why is there a perpetual pocket of low pressure over the Dominican Republic? Because of the elevation. I think it just initializes as lower pressure. Yeah, I think because of the elevation. Taylor says, speaking of football, Baby brought the Browns to the Super Bowl. Going to listening mode. What? Baby brought the Browns to the Super Bowl? Baby? I don't follow the Browns terribly well, so I don't know. Anne-Marie, they announced the hurricane names for next year already? They're already published, yeah. They're published years and years ahead. Next spaceflight estimate, 11:26 p.m. Friday, SLC 40, just an estimate without SpaceX confirmation. Yeah, I mean, I've seen that. But again, yeah, without confirmation, we're not obviously going to be running forecasts and things for it, so. Someone pooped their... Oh. Thank you. I need more coffee. Thank you. Tom, Frank, thank you. I didn't understand. Now I'm just sitting here embarrassed. Oh well. As a parent, I should have known better. Oh well. What are you gonna do, right? All right, any questions, comments, concerns? I know that, we're in kind of a relatively quiet. I do want to let you know, we had Craig Setzer set to join us on Coffee Talk tomorrow. He just texted me. He's feeling a little under the weather and asked if we could do it on Friday. So we're going to push his interview to Friday. Rick says kids will be kids. Indeed they will. And yeah, and us parents have to deal with it. Yeah. Oh well. What areas of Florida are going to be affected by the front on the 21st, 22nd? At this point, that's a little too far out to get into specifics, but a front is a front. So hey, we can certainly deal with that. We can certainly enjoy that. Some people in the Horizons West area saw a meteor last night. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. All right, I've got to go do weather on TV. I will see you for the afternoon coffee talk at 3:30 today. All right, in the meantime, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for coffee talk. I will see you guys later on today. Bye.